Hey, Belinda.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm so excited. I'm glad you was able to get on today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for your time, though. Thank you for making time.
So
Yeah.
today
Yes.
I get the privilege of asking you some questions. So
Okay.
my background's in human resources. So I want to know what was the best job you ever had?
What was the best job? Yes, yes. I've been thinking about it. Uh, Actually, what was the best job I had is hairdresser. I've been a hairdresser for 30 plus years.
Wow.
And then, yeah, so I always kept working. I've been on and off,
Mhm.
right? But I always kept working, yeah, for long and almost never stopped working. Like, even if, like, I shouldn't say under the table. When I came to Canada, I had a license. I have a both. I have Japanese license and one for Canada, one for Japan. I have
Okay.
both. But when I came to Canada, I didn't have a license. Like, the one that's Canadian, I can use in Canada.
Hmm.
But like, the Japanese people or family, friends, they just like, oh, you have scissors. Can you cut my hair? And just like, oh, okay, right? Okay, do in the laundry room
Right.
and those things. But, like, and then I got the license. I think it's like 2003 or four. I almost forgot. But, but I always like working as a hairdresser. That's the
So,
best
so
job.
why? What makes it such a best job? What makes being a hairdresser a great job?
Oh, good question, Belinda. I like serving people.
Okay.
And then I like, especially women. Most
Hmm.
of my clients are women. I like women leave with smile. And then you feel same way. Like, you when your hair feels nice, you feel good.
Right.
And I love to serve that way. I love to make my ladies to feel good.
Hmm.
I think that's joy. Like, so I do have in-home salon. Like, this is I have in-home salon for, I would imagine, I think it's 17 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I like it, like, keep it quiet,
Hmm.
private. So I don't advertise. And I love, like, they're my, like, friends or families, almost my clients,
Right.
right? So I just feel joy.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the opposite of that, what is the worst job you ever had? What's the worst job?
Actually, I was thinking about it because I've been working at hairdresser for a long time, but I had like lots of part-time jobs, right? Since I was like teenagers. I was writing down like what kind of job. And I just like, actually, what was the worst jobs as hairdresser too?
What?
That's,
So the best job was a hairdresser and the worst job was a hairdresser?
yep.
Why?
The Okay, I share little stories because when I became hairstylist in Ontario, like Canada, right? And then I didn't have any Canadian clients. I only had some friends and families, right? Like most Asian people. So I thought, you know what? I have to have experience, work for some salons. I don't have any clients. So I'm going to find a job at a hair salon, walk in, they take walk-ins because I didn't have clients.
Right.
So I applied the job and I got a job and then close to my home. And then I worked there a year and a half. I had so much fun at the beginning, but I realized it's just like this company and treat workers numbers,
Hmm.
right? Just the numbers. We were numbers. We weren't really employee for them. And then also we actually I didn't do that, but some of the hairstylists working there, they were treating customers as a numbers.
Oh.
And then I just like, that's not my place,
Hmm.
right? So I just like, I starting to feel unhappy, right? Because
Right.
its work environment is so important. I think most of the reason people quit and leave job,
Hmm.
not because maybe not for the money or something, but I think usually my belief is, especially at least for me, the reason is not the money. The reason is work people work with.
Hmm.
That's the things too. So I had a really hard time working there, like year and a half later. So I never done it, but I quit. I just didn't show up.
You just didn't show up. You didn't tell
Nope,
them you wasn't coming. You
nope,
just
no.
quit. No
I
notice.
never, no. It's so bad, isn't it? From your point, probably.
Yeah, that's kind of bad. But okay, you quit. Did they call you?
Oh yeah, yeah. And then like it just area manager called me, manager called me. I told them I wasn't happy, but area manager told me like, oh, okay, I'm gonna move you to another areas. So I wanted you to keep working. I just like,
Right.
no, because I didn't work for not only with the people too, but I just didn't like your company.
Right. So that's when you just
It
quit.
yeah, so it doesn't matter. Like any, some salon they have franchise, right? I mean, they have this like couple stores, right? It doesn't matter. Like if the company, I didn't like the way company treat. If I go to another store, it's the same things.
Right.
So I just like got my stuff and I
And
just
you just
walked away.
quit. You just walked away. So okay. So if you had to do it different now, what would you do differently now? Would you just quit and walk away, or would you give notice?
Nope. I think if I do it different now is probably I would, okay, I didn't have a courage, at the beginning, I started notice I not happy,
Mhm.
not happy, the manager treat me, not happy, the customers starting to have an attitude, some
Mhm.
kind of attitude, not the I wasn't happy, the work environment. I should have tell them instead of just keep my mouth shut, right? So I should have told them that I wasn't happy,
That's right.
not like angry way, like more grown up way.
Right.
I don't
So
know.
you would tell them before quitting. You'll say, "I'm not happy with this job." So you
Yep.
tell them, give
Yeah.
them time to fix it,
Yep.
or see if they can make you happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably. Or, you know what? At least I would let them know
Hmm.
why I wasn't happy.
Right.
That way, if I see, like, if I just wind up walk away from the job,
Hmm.
at least maybe whoever's going to work for that company, the company might change for the
That's
better,
right.
right? So
That's right.
I didn't have a courage. And then at the same time, I couldn't speak better English.
Okay. So
So
you didn't know how to say it.
no, no,
Yeah.
right?
So
It's so frustrating. So it
right.
was, yeah.
Right. So I just want to tell everybody that's listening, don't just walk off. Don't just walk off.
Okay,
Right.
I'll listen.
Tell
Yeah,
them, you're unhappy.
yeah.
Just like you said you would do now. Tell them you're unhappy. Give notice, 2 weeks notice. Right. That's what we would do now. But I mean,
Yeah.
have I ever walked off on a job? I don't know. I have to think about that. I might have walked off on a job a long time ago too, probably. I'm sure I probably have
Mhm. Mhm.
when I
Mhm.
first started. So right now, if you had to pick a perfect hairstylist to work with you, what kind of skills or personality would they have to have?
Okay, if I hire or
If you
work,
hired,
right?
yes.
Um, I'm not, it doesn't matter. It's important to have certain skills. It's
Okay.
important to know how to cut correctly,
Right.
but for me, is more the personality helps
Okay.
very much. Like it's make sure respect the clients,
Okay.
right? And then make sure when clients sit on the chair, welcoming them,
Okay.
do the best, not the skill wise, make them feel better, everything.
So just so you would hire me. I don't have to have good skills. They can go out as long as they left happy. You would hire
Yeah,
me?
yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
would try. You have to train me though,
Your sparkles are good.
because I don't know how to cut straight.
Your person, that's okay. I can teach you.
Okay.
Skills, it's easier to teach, but
Uh-huh.
it's I think it's just like just the skills, cutting skill. I shouldn't say easier, but it's like you have to have a people skill to be a hairstylist,
Right, you do.
right? Yeah, yeah,
You do.
very much,
Because you have
right?
to be able to
So
talk to them.
yeah, yeah, talk and then listen. I don't want to be I I don't I'm not gonna hire anybody just talk about themselves, not listening clients.
Right.
Or I don't want to hire anybody just like not listening what clients want. Like, some hairstyle they push. Oh, I learned this style. I got it from this is a new style. You're gonna look good. Oh, you should have more highlights. But it's clients just like, I'm not quite sure about that. Right? I'm not gonna hire those kind of people
Right.
myself. Everybody's different,
Mm-hmm.
right? I rather hire people, the hairstylist, like, okay, what can I do for you?
Mm-hmm.
And listen and see what we can do from there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Good,
So
thank you.
I want to ask you one last question.
Yep.
So when you were working at that place that you quit, that you walked off on, how were your
Hmm.
coworkers? Were they happy?
No, they weren't. It's
They
so
weren't happy
toxic.
either?
No, nope,
Yeah.
not
Why
at
was it so
all.
toxic?
Uh, I don't know. Maybe they weren't actually fundamentally, probably they weren't happy themselves,
Okay.
fundamentally.
Mm-hmm.
And then they, I think, I don't know, but I don't know. For me, is they weren't doing the best for the shop, right? Like when I don't know, I've been taught. I used to work in Japan for 5 years as a hairdresser.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been taught you have to welcome your customers with good environment,
Mm-hmm.
right? No dust, like just washroom has to be clean, everything has to be clean,
Mm-hmm.
right? But the girls that used to work for salons, most of them they when they have a moment, they sit down and chat, chat, chat.
They didn't clean up after themselves.
No,
Uh,
no, not much. They just clean their station. That's it. But they didn't clean the washroom, nothing.
mm-hmm.
But for me, is in Japan we say that if you want to do good in your business, hair salon, restaurants, the customers coming, washroom, you have to clean the washroom.
Right.
If the washroom is clean, you're gonna be successful. We
Right.
have those kind of things in Japan. I don't know you guys, those ones in the States, but so it's so my I had those kind of mindset. So I just like when I have a time. Sometimes I sat down, but it's most of the time I just like no, like company's paying even if I'm sitting down, right? Even
Right.
if I don't have a customers. So I have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just cleaning washrooms or washing the floors. And then the girls used to say, Yuko, sit down. You make us look bad.
You was making them look bad, huh?
Maybe I was making them look bad, I guess. Some people probably hate to working the people like me, I guess.
No, you're a good worker. You'd be a good
Probably.
coworker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, so maybe, like I don't know, they're not happy. Like I'm happy. Like if how this at this moment, if I just try and do my best
Right.
any moment, right?
Right.
So maybe they weren't happy because they weren't in the moment. They weren't
Yeah.
trying to do their best
Yeah.
in the moment. Maybe that might be, you know.
Yeah, that could be.
Could be. Probably you know it because you hear lots of stories from your clients too, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I do hear a lot of stories. I've experienced a lot of stories in my time. Yeah. Yeah. People quit for different reasons. You know, I've had people quit because their family got sick, you know,
Yeah.
and just was, you know, was unable to give notice because they had to go take care of their family. So,
Yeah.
you know, those are understandable reasons.
Very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very much. I understand.